7 skills that you can turn into $2,000 or more per month on Fiverr. So maybe you already have a job right now and you're watching these videos to learn how to turn a side hustle into a little bit of extra cash in your bank account. You know, something to earn a little bit of money on the side in your spare time, like me. I'm a copywriter on Fiverr myself. Or maybe you're trying to find ways to transition to freelancing online full-time to give you that flexibility and freedom that you might not get in your normal 9-to-5 job. Whatever your reasons are, Fiverr is a great way to make more money. In this video, I'm going to cover 7 skills that I think are awesome and in high demand that you can turn into $2,000 or more on Fiverr. These 7 skills, in my opinion, are in super high demand. I think based on the huge growth in online hustlers that are out there, people are starting online businesses, they're drop shipping, they're just hustling more than ever before. And these people are the people who are trying to outsource as much as they can to freelancers like myself and like people like you who offer the skills I'm about to talk to help make their lives a little bit easier. The reality is, people who run successful businesses either outsource the work that they can't do themselves or the work that they don't have the time or don't want to spend the time doing themselves. And that's where the opportunity comes in to turn these 7 skills in this video into some serious cash. The first skill is copywriting. If you have some business or work experience and are pretty good with your words, you might be able to offer copywriting skills to people on Fiverr. Writing things like business plans, website content, creating contracts or terms and conditions for people starting their businesses, or product descriptions, whatever it might be. If you're good with your words and have some general know-how or experience, you can definitely turn your words into cash. This is something that I've been doing myself on Fiverr for the last year or so. Depending on how good you are, you can charge anywhere from 10 cents to $1 per word. That is insane. Most of the emails I deliver are about 200 words. So picture that. 200 words, $200 at the high end. I've been doing this for a while and do pretty well myself, and I'm nowhere close to charging that much money. And there are people who do. So think about that. If you have some experience and you're good with your words, this is one way that you could turn that skill into cash as a copywriter. The second skill in high demand is sales funnel building. What is a sales funnel? Sales funnels are a term that describes the complete cycle and process of bringing a prospect who doesn't know who you or your company or your product is all the way through the different stages of your sales cycle. From the point where they're first learning about your product, downloading a white paper, or submitting their information, through all the different steps up until where they're ultimately pulling the trigger and becoming a client, a paying client. There's a lot of companies out there who offer software solutions that automate a lot of the process of managing a sales funnel. GetResponse, Lead Pages, ClickFunnels, HubSpot, there's a lot out there. But these tools take time to set up and optimize. And the reality is, you don't need these tools. You can build a sales funnel without them, and that's how salespeople have been doing it for decades. But they do make things easier. So if you're willing to learn how to use these tools or already know how to create a ClickFunnels or a lead page or whatever, you can offer services where you will set up a sales funnel for people in any of these tools that they're using. And it's a really lucrative opportunity. The reality is, with more and more people starting online businesses, the term sales funnel is getting thrown around everywhere. In blog posts, business guides, online sales mentors are talking about it all the time. So people are looking everywhere for how to set up a sales funnel. And if you get ahead of the curve and learn how to do that, you can definitely sell this service to people. I don't think it's too uncommon to charge anywhere from $50 to $500 to set up a single sales funnel. It may seem like a little or a lot, but depending on the value you're bringing to the customer you're working with, this might be a little bit of money, especially if they're selling a high ticket item. If you can sell yourself as someone who can set up a sales funnel for someone selling, $500 a month subscriptions or $1,000 a month products, $500 is not that much of an expense because there's an ROI attached to it. So think about it. The third skill on this list is social media marketing. And what you can do with that is become a social media growth consultant. Ask anyone who's starting a business in 2020 or beyond what their marketing strategy is going to be. I guarantee you 99% or a really high percentage of those people are going to say that social media is going to play a part in their marketing strategy. Influencers are everywhere. People are hustling things, promoting on Instagram, Facebook, all over the place. But it is a challenging thing to do. To be a successful Instagram or social media marketer, there is some skill and know-how involved. If you have experience doing this, or you know the general concepts of how to build a following on social media, how to manage a content release cycle or a content strategy to build an engaged community to promote products, you have an invaluable skill that you can offer for sale on Fiverr, and people are already doing it. So consider it. You can charge on retainer, you can charge per account you're setting up, you can charge per the month, or how many months that you're choosing to manage someone's social media presence. The options are endless, and literally every business that is starting up or has already started is incorporating social media into their marketing strategy. So get all over that, and this is a big earner for you if you can. The fourth skill on this list is graphic design. Now, this isn't going to come as news to anyone, as graphic design has been pretty sought after for as long as I can remember. But the beauty with graphic design is almost every company needs graphic design work done or a graphic designer on staff. And if you're a graphic designer, with some experience, it's pretty easy to churn out some of the more common types of projects that people want. Logos, product imaging, things like that. Almost every startup company needs early on in their journey as a business. And as a graphic designer, if you have the creative spark and the know-how with tools like Photoshop or things like that, you can pump these types of things out really quickly. I've seen logo designers charge anywhere from $5 for a really basic logo up to $1,000 for a package of multiple logos or product images for a line of products. It's really, the world is your oyster with how you want to charge for your design work and the level of detail you want to include. So if you have the skills, this is an option for you. And think of it this way. If you're anything like me, I absolutely suck with Photoshop. So to pay someone $10 to $50 for a simple logo, for example, my YouTube channel, I don't have a banner image right now, and the idea of designing one that's appealing and looks good is super daunting and intimidating to me. To me, it would be much easier to just spend 10 to 50 bucks on a logo or a graphic designer to design that header image for me, and I'm done with it. And I think that's the case with a lot of other people. The alternative would be spending 3, 4, 5, 6 hours playing around in a tool I don't know how to use trying to design something. Not to mention I have no background in what looks good or what's aesthetically appealing. So if you're a designer and you're a creative person, this is a super lucrative skill you can sell on Fiverr that'll make you some serious cash. The fifth skill on this list is lead generation services. Now, lead generation is an interesting one. I've seen a couple of different types of services on Fiverr that fall into this bucket. The first, and one that I'm not super crazy about, is list building. Basically, people will deliver a list to you of email addresses, titles, and names that they scrape from the internet. Scouring LinkedIn, websites, or databases, wherever. They'll put together a list for your target industry and sell it to you. Typically, this is a pretty low-cost service. It is definitely in demand, and you could consider doing it if you'd like, but it's not the highest ROI for your time, I don't think. And it's usually not a high-quality service because there's nothing really to differentiate different list builders from one another. Now, what I'm talking about with lead generation that I really love and think is a very lucrative industry is cold calling. The reality is, in this day and age, everyone starting a business or boosting marketing strategies is always talking about email marketing, and email marketing is great. But everyone's forgotten about cold calling. The reality is they both still work really, really well. And to be quite honest, an email marketing strategy is nowhere near as effective as an email marketing strategy with a cold call outreach strategy incorporated together. The two combined are the ultimate form of sales and marketing. So if you're someone with a little bit of sales experience or past sales experience or just the willingness to pick up the phone and call people and sell the value of a service for someone, you are in demand. There are people who are just starting to offer this type of thing as a service. In my experience, I've noticed it popping up on Fiverr, and it is a lucrative service. I can't tell you how many sales reps I know who hate picking up the phone and cold calling, but I can tell you that every sales manager I know thinks it's an essential part of selling a product or service. So if you're someone who has some sales experience, is not afraid to pick up the phone, and is willing to do this for other companies or people, you are in demand, and you can charge basically whatever you want for this type of service. Typically, I've seen people charging per per connect or per pitch that they make, that one's a little bit harder to track and manage. I've also seen people charge per meeting that they book, and this is something that could be super lucrative. If you're a natural closer and there's a software company or a big company that sells their service on phone-to-phone phone conversations with an account executive or sales rep, or through doing product demonstrations, you could sell your services booking those meetings for their sales reps or their solutions engineers. It's a lucrative skill. Not too many people are doing it, and if you're confident and have the guts to pick up the phone, you can make a killing doing it yourself. Number 6 on this list is voice acting. Like a lot of the other skills on this list, voice acting has been really taking off as a desired service that people are looking for on Fiverr. People are starting businesses all over the world, and a lot of these businesses are targeting markets that speak English. America's a huge market of consumers, and companies from all over the world are creating products and services geared towards that and other markets. So if you're someone who's got a voice made for radio, or you're confident that you can pitch a product, or just have a great voice that you can record, this might be a good skill for you to offer for sale on Fiverr. Anyone starting a business needs to sell their product, and one of the best ways to sell a product is through storytelling. So if you're someone who can tell a great story for a brand or a product, you're in demand. Product videos, webinars, demo videos, commercials, advertisements. The list is endless with where you can offer your services as a voice actor. And if you're really good, you can charge an insane amount for your services. I've seen voice actors charge anywhere from $25 to $250 per 50 words spoken. Think about the ROI on your time with that. So if you have what it takes and think you could be a great voice actor, this is a skill for you. All you need to get set up is a decent microphone. There's a bunch that you can buy on Amazon. They aren't too expensive. A quiet place, and make sure that it is quiet, because you don't want any background noise in your recording, and you're pretty much good to go. So consider it. Number 7 on this list is email marketing. And like copywriting, this is something that I myself have been offering as a service on Fiverr, and it's been great. Email marketing falls into the same bucket as cold calling. It's an essential service for getting the word out and selling your products or services. So anyone who's interested in cold calling or selling a product needs email marketing, and the competition and quality of email marketers online is so wide. I charge about 35 bucks for an email, but I see people who are also charging $5 for that same length of email, and some people charging $200 for an email. Typically my emails are about 200 words, so take that into consideration. If you have a little bit of experience in business, marketing, or in a specific industry, and are confident that you can turn that experience into compelling emails that tell a story and sell a product for potential clients out there, you are in demand, and you should definitely consider email marketing as a service you can offer. The other side of the coin with email marketing is setting up email automation tools for people. HubSpot, Salesforce Pardot, Constant Contact, MailChimp. A lot of people are using mass email or email drip tools to automate their marketing. If you have some know-how or skills in any of these tools, or you are willing to learn how to use these tools, you're also in demand. And that's the other side of the coin. You can either sell your services as an email marketer who actually writes the email content and subject lines, or you can set up the back-end tools that people use to manage these campaigns. Both are in demand, and both are skills that you can definitely get up to over $2,000 a month with on Fiverr. All right, everyone, that is all I have for you today. Those are the 7 skills that I think are in insane demand currently on Fiverr, and I think that if you get good at selling these skills and market yourself and boost your gigs, you can definitely take these skills and turn them into $2,000 or more per month on Fiverr. I've done it, and I'm nowhere near at the top of my earning potential. There's thousands of other sellers who are doing it, and you can too. So if this video was helpful, make sure you're subscribing to the channel and liking it. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I hope this content is super helpful on your journey becoming the best seller that you can be on the Fiverr platform. Cheers.